Forms are how we submit data to a server. You use forms all the time. Use them in logins, password reset forms, credit card forms, and so on. Anytime you've logged into a website, you've used a form. The element that we use is the form element, and it goes inside the body. Has an opening and closing tag, and there are certain elements that we use inside of a form. Now these elements can be used outside of a form, but they're more useful inside of a form. And these are, but not limited to, input, which is a self-closing one, text area, button, and select. We'll go over the input, text area, button, and select elements a little bit later. Right now we're just covering what a form is. A form has a few primary attributes that are extremely important. The first one is method. And this one is usually get or post. Now when we use get and submit a form, the information from our input fields, such as input, text area, select, those are going to show up in the URL bar. So if you're trying to log someone in, you don't want to use this method. In fact, a good rule of thumb is anytime any sort of information that could even be considered as sensitive needs to go from the browser to your server, do not use get. Instead, use post. It will send the same information, but it won't go through the URL bar. Instead, it silently goes in the background. And then we have our action attribute. And the action attribute is where the information should be going. So if it's going to this page, it's going to go to code.html. If it's going to a server page, you might want to send it to login.php. PHP is a server page. It's not a static HTML type page. And the action is the file that you want to link to. Now it doesn't have to be a relative URL. It could be an exact URL. Now this is what a form looks like in HTML. If we view this in the browser right now, it's not going to show up with much, and we still don't know what input, text area, button, or select actually does. But it is vital that you understand the different method and action. So your task for this video is simply practice this. First, I want you to create a new document, and I just want you to practice writing the form element. Forms are so vital in HTML. It's how we transfer information from the browser to a server or another service. It's actually so powerful that it might be safe to say that it could actually be one of the backbones of the web. It's important to know what the method and action attributes are. So your third step is to write the method and action attributes. You don't have to put anything specific inside of them, just write them out.